Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. It's Monday morning, July the 27th. Ruth and ours birthday. So wish everybody, my girls, a happy birthday. Ruth is not here. She's headed to school. I'm doing this stream because I can't go online, so I can record something. Get this, I can record something and put it online. So we'll do it this way, and then I'll figure it out. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video coming up. I don't know how long it's going to be, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. So thank you all for watching. So today, what I want to talk about is what is important in your life, and that was the stream is going to be about that. Right now during this time, we all need to ask ourselves what's important in our lives, and a lot of times people seem to forget that uh, we still have a life. We still have things we have to take care of. We have family. We have friends that sometimes may be in need, things like that. Oh, I want to tell everybody today, I did get confirmation that the stimulus check was deposited and be available on Thursday. So that's nice, and thank you for that. Everybody, thank you for all the well wishers that's been kind of plugging for that. So the 29th of July it's pending, so that's nice. So everybody's been asking about it. I got a bunch of emails yesterday asking, did I get it? Did I get it? They were supposed to be on the 24th. I said, no, I did not get it. I wasn't expecting to get it at all. And of course, yesterday, happened to look last night, and it showed up. So, but for the ones that didn't get it, I say hang in there because my bank lets me know on pending deposits. Like, for example, this deposit coming in, it's not available for a couple of days. They'll give me 3 to 5 days notice before they release the funds. So, because as you know, when they ping that and they transfer the money, sometimes the bank will have it a day or two before it's available. So the bank just go ahead and let me. Wells Fargo lets me know. They do. They always have. So what's important to you? A family. A lot of cases, money. A lot of cases, what do you do? What's important that can sustain your lifestyle, things like that. Right now, the most important thing is people trying to get to their families here. One of the most important things that people are trying to see their kids and see their wife and see their husband. And there's many OFWs that I know that are really trying to get here as soon as possible. Now, the Department of Tourism has opened up a little bit. They opened up, I call it a open up the door a little bit. And what they did is, for an example, in Cebu, down in Oslo, the whale watching, the tourist whale watching where people go swim with the whales, it's actually opening up. They gave them availability. It's opening up. The city of Cebu itself is opening up a little. And what they're going to do is the mayor said that they're going to open it up some. So that's wonderful. And it's a shout out for that. And some, I don't know in detail on what. And I think if you want to, where I got my information was the Inquirer. You can actually look at it and find the articles on there about what's opening up. A few people actually done videos on it, but they really didn't, tell the whole story on it. Excuse me. So I suggest you go on Inquirer and check it out. It's inquirer.net. Excuse me. As you know, it's early for me, and so I decided I was going to do this morning. Uh, Ruth and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. When we went to town yesterday, we spent probably a little while getting the video I just did, and we actually made a couple stops, and Ruth went to the grocery store. I stayed over at Ollie's and chit chatted with him a little bit, and kind of got just talk with him, and we talked about everything that had to do with just chit chatting. We were talking that, for example, Ruth had to get a pass to go to CMU. And are they still checking passes? In some areas, actually, they are. Some areas are under quarantine again, which is fine. It gives everybody they're just protecting everybody. And I think that's a good thing. Another thing that's a positive thing is once they're doing the checks, they're making sure. So you don't necessarily have to go and get the police department and tell them where you're going, but you do have to make sure that if you're going somewhere, make sure you check the bus routes and things like that. For an example, if you're going to CDO, the buses stop at 5 o'clock. So and if you're planning to get somewhere and you need to come back, say here, Valencia, Malay, in my area, you need to make sure you have alternative transportation, a car, something that you can actually, you know, go there and back, probably in one day, where you don't have to multiple stops and all things like that what buses do. And Ruth and I were talking about that this morning. They took a bus going to CMU for orientation with RR. Well, that's fine, and they'll be back home early hours. But there's always some type of transportation going there and back. But if they were going to Malay or something like that, after 5 o'clock, they'd have to find a taxi or something. Now they don't have car taxis here. I'm calling them taxis. It's either a multi-cab, or a tricycle or a tuk-tuk. And mainly it's a tuk-tuk and a multi-cab. So that's the thing. In fact, Ruth and I were also thinking that by us yesterday, we went to town. We went to some of the businesses that were normally open are no longer there. And so we said, oh, what happened with that? And we noticed at the market, the fish market itself was closed down. So because what's happening is trends are changing things here, and people are going like, for example, people are bringing the fish to the house now, so they're not needing to go to town. And people are bringing the vegetables around and drive around in cars and things, so people aren't needing to go to town. So it's a luxury. But it's really good to see that Cebu is opening up a little, as far as Oslo is going to be opening up with the whales. There's some other things that said in the article is going to be opening up, and which is good. So I love seeing that. Now, some of the parks here are still closed. If you want to go to the water park, they're still closed, unless they opened up in the last few days. I'm not aware of anything opening up, but that's something that we all need to, just be prepared and aware of. Also, I want to talk about this. I guess you guys saw in the video yesterday, Ruth went to the bank, and we actually, what had happened, we found ourselves without money here, and went, hey, it's the same thing. We had, you get delivery in, it's 400 peso, and then you get something else in, it's 800 peso, and then this, that, and other, and you find yourself, we cleaned the roost. There was no money. So we went to the bank yesterday, and I saw something I'm not very happy with, and there's not much I can do about it. I pulled out 15,000 peso yesterday, and you can pull it out. You have to do it in two transactions. The first transaction, you can only pull out 10, and the second transaction 10. Some banks will let you pull out 20 at a time, but we have to do it two transactions depending on what bank it is. Now, this particular bank we went to was Metro, and they charged 250 a transaction. Anyway, I'm just going to say this: for both of the transactions that we did yesterday, is quite frustrating, was $20, actually $22 to be exact. So I had two transactions yesterday. I pulled out $300, and it cost me $320. So that tells you something there. Don't go to that bank anymore. Before, it was $2.50 per transaction, $2.50. And my Wells Fargo reimburses that amount, so it costs me nothing. Now all of a sudden, the fees have increased. Now, will Wells Fargo reimburse the 250 and the 250? They may. They may. I don't know that for sure, but if they do, I will let everybody know that they did. But as it stands right now, to get 15,000 peso, it cost me $22. So I've been usually doing that because it's the easiest than going through Remitly and MoneyGram and Western Union and all the hassles there. Because what happens is, uh, there new guidelines, new this, new that, transferring money overseas. You need passport and all these other things once you get approved. But what happens is, say for instance, you transfer $400. I'm just using that example. I usually pull out 400 first of the month and just pay my bills with that and live on that. And because all we have is internet and food and things, so that's plenty in the beginning of the month. If I need more, I pull out a little more at the end of the month. But usually, the 400 is enough. Well, here all of a sudden, if they're going to start charging more fees than that, and you start using Remitly and things, Remitly and what they do is, I'm using Remitly. It's all of them: Western Union, MoneyGram, Remitly, all those guys will. Uh, they'll charge you anywhere from $3 to $5 or $3 to $7, depending on how much money you're pulling out. Some less, some a little bit more. But here's something that's really a big factor. I don't mind going getting money when it don't cost me anything to do it. If it costs me $1 or $2, okay, fine. But when it costs me $20 to pull out $300, that's really not a good thing. So what do you do in that, right? So you try to find Remitly. Now, in some of the ones doing it that, or World Transfer, and everybody says, well, Schwab is the best, using this, doing that, that. Well, you know what? It may be. It may be. But at the end of the day, you're still going to get some type of charge, because what's happening is the bank is charging you money now to pull out money on your card. In other words, you want to use their bank, they're going to charge you money. So it's not like the fees before were just international fees and this, that, and other. Bank is adding money to it. Well, they're looking at other dollars, other sources of income, and that gives them the availability to get more income off of someone. The Remitleys, the world transfers, and things like that, what they'll do, if you have a transaction, say you transferred $400, they'll hold your money until you get it resolved. It's taken out of your account. If it's $500, it's $1,000. They hold on to it. Now, do you get that money back immediately? No, you do not. You don't get that money back immediately. It's held. They hold it. They keep it. I went through it going to Cebu last time. Remember, there was no banks down there. I'd get money Remitly, and I don't remember how much it was. I don't even remember how much it was. Whatever the amount was, I think it was $100, $200. Anyway, they held that until they held it like 2 days before I could get it approved and get this, that, and other. And I asked the guy, I said, what if I cannot get this approved? How quick would I get my money back out of my account? He says, well, it usually takes anywhere from 24 to 48 hours, but we tell everybody you'll get it back within 3 to 5 days. So if you have, say, for instance, a couple $1,000 and you pulled 1,000 of it out and they're holding 1,000 of your money, I'm just using this as an example. You can transfer that amount. What do you do, right? You're going to be out that money. So make sure you plan accordingly. Things are changing. One thing that's changing is the fees to the banks are changing. So when you pull out your money at the bank, and it cost me 1,000 peso yesterday, over 1,000 peso at the bank, I was not happy with that. I checked my bank this morning. Normally they reimburse it the next day. I will know about noon. But right now, as of this morning, they did not reimburse the $10. It's usually $2.50. Excuse me, I am so sorry. It's $2.50 and $2.50 was the fee, which is $5 and $5. So I would get reimbursed back the $10 from them normally. So I may get that reimbursed, but then the bank here charged me $10. Actually charged me $12. So, or it's all gone however that is. So that can be quite frustrating. So in other words, I guess in my case, I find another bank that don't charge the fees. BPI and BDO does not charge me fees other than the $2.50, 250 peso, which is $5. And my Wells Fargo and my Capital One reimburses that money. It's just free international use of your credit card. It's what it is. And so if they charge a fee, they just reimburse the money, whatever that is. I don't know who charges that fee. I don't know who gets the fees. Back in the day, they said portion went to the bank, a portion went to the Visa or to the credit card holder, the bank. So I don't really know who gets what. I mean, used to in the day, I could tell you exactly, but I'm not in the loop anymore. And with Bitcoin and all taking a blockchain, taking over the transfers now, which is immediate. Now, when I go to the ATM and I pull money out, I mean, it gives me a ticket exactly to the penny on how much money's left in my bank account. Now, I found that very interesting. It did the same when I was in China, and did the same thing when I was in Tokyo, and did the same thing wherever I've been, and I had to pull money out. But it shows it directly at that second, so you know exactly how much money. Now, the sad thing about this is, if they're going to start charging fees to start pulling money out, to especially foreigners and things like that normally pull money out of these banks, you're talking about you're going to have some frustrated guys that's going to be paying. I only pulled out $300. Imagine they charged me $20, $22 on $300. That's the most ridiculous thing. I'm sorry getting off on this tangent, but when uh, you and I know if this happened in the bank in USA, we'd jot ourselves right in that bank in USA and says, okay, what's these fees? I want my money. Give me my money back, or I'm leaving this bank or whatever. But I can't do that. I'm here. I'm here in this country, and I really can't do that. So other than complain. So, but I wanted to talk about that briefly and kind of let everybody get an idea on about that, so that people know maybe find other alternatives way of finding getting money. And so I will be looking at that myself for future. Uh, so what is important here in the Philippines? I kind of got off the topic a little bit, and I got off on other things, but I wanted just to kind of talk about that briefly. Uh, what is important? Family. I think family is the most important thing. I think money is something that you need to survive, but it's just a material thing. But family is the most important thing. We had a gathering this last week at the church, and this last Saturday at the church, and it was what was kind of like a thankful gathering, nutrition month, and so we had fresh vegetables, fresh foods, tofu salads, dishes of nutritional dishes, and Ruth made a couple dishes, and we had all there, and there was a lot of people. There was a lot of people eating, and we found through the course of that meal that we're eating and I noticed. I said to someone, I said to one of the elders there, which is a good close friend of mine. I says, they're all really really hungry. I said, what? I mean, people, the food is gone literally within. Oh, I would probably say within 5 minutes, and there was so much food. I mean, so much food. And he says, Tom, uh, we just took a fund, which for this is the family didn't have rice. This family doesn't have rice. This family is struggling over here. This family just lost their job. This family now they have two, three other people from another family moved in with them, and I'm saying to myself, "Oh, okay." Which a lot of times I'm not aware of, but not everybody's aware of everything, right? So we're finding that. So I said, okay, so we took care of it. He says, everybody's taken care of, Tom. Everybody's taken care of because of what all of us did as a group here at the church. Everybody's taken care of. What you did, what I did, what Papa did, what Uncle did, and everybody's done everything that they did. It's been a positive aspect to everybody here. And I said, okay, good. So everybody's happy, and everybody has food, and everybody has food tomorrow, and everybody's okay. But I was just in shock that literally they demolished Ruth's cake. Ruth had a cake enough for I think we figured a little over 100, and I don't know if you guys will see a video of a little over 100 people. And cake. This is a big cake, guys. The thing weighed 15, 20 kilo. This cake weighed 15, 20 kilo. This is a heavy cake. I could barely pick it up. I could barely pick it up. It was so heavy, it was bending the cardboard. Then these are thick cardboard. It's about this thick cardboard layers, right, on the bottom. So when I picked it up, it was very heavy, and Ruth eventually had to end up carrying the cake. We put it on her lap because of my balancing abilities is not the best in the world. But this cake was heavy, and it fed enough. And we made two really big pans of macaroni casserole dishes with beef and all kinds of vegetables and things like that, and cheese, and uh, we made other stuff also. But anyway, there was plenty of food there, but it was gone fast. Of course, when there's good food there, it doesn't last long anyway, does it? But I want to talk about that. But our family, and I believe, family can go further. It can go to YouTube family. I have a lot of family on YouTube, and a lot of good friends, a lot of close friends on YouTube. I have a lot of friends that are scattered throughout the Philippines on YouTube and in my family itself. We have, the other day, just from my emails from our wonderful friends, I think I had little over 100 emails from everybody, sending their well wishes. I wish I could get there. Have you heard anything yet? Some great guys are sending me some videos, they see online or something. And I talk to a lot of people, and that's not counting our Facebook. I think our Facebook account has grown considerably, uh, and where I don't manage that. I can barely manage my YouTube itself, and Ruth can barely manage because she's doing multiple tasks, as doing cakes and things like that. And of course, we have the little one here starting school here soon, so she's taking care of getting all that situated. It's amazing what aspect you have to do to get that ready. I mean, I would never thought in US, we just go register and you have it done in a few hours, you make your copies and you're done. Here, it is a process you would not believe. You got to go get this, that you got to have pictures. You got to have this copied. I literally think we went through a ream of paper, or at least a half a ream of paper or more, just making the copies and copies for friends and things like that, just to have so she can actually go to school. Just, I mean, you would not believe all the forms we had to fill out just for her to go to school. But that's criteria here. It's no problem about it. We did it. I'm not complaining about it. I didn't do a thing, but I was just amazed at all the things and the requirements that is just go to school here. Um, but it's all good. I and I want to thank everybody for always watching the channel. I know this internet is it's really got me frustrated. It's got me over my edge there. There's not much I can do about it. I contacted PLDT, I contacted Excelcom, I contacted Globe, I contacted a guy up in Mr. Dennis Adams sent me a guy. I contacted him. I contacted Starlink, sent them an email, got on their list. I contacted many other satellite companies that's actually going in business now on the internet now, and not one company is actually able to perform other than PLDT, and apparently it is down. Globe is going through something, I don't know what. We're getting 1 megabyte, 1 megabyte. PLDT, we're getting 8 megabytes, 7 megabytes, and then 1 megabyte, and then 0.001. So it's I don't know what's going on. I guess maybe they're getting ready for the school year. We have on order internet coming from 2 or 3 different companies. We'll see which one comes in first, and then we're gonna go from there and make a decision on it. I mean, we got to have internet for our school, even though she's doing modules, she got to have it. And of course, as you know, I use my internet for YouTube. I know I'm rambling here and just talking, but this is what I do on a live stream anyway. But I'll get this uploaded, and then that way I'll put it on Premiere, so we can have a live stream. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I even got a new book. Check out my new book. I even got a new book. I don't know if you can see it. Uh, Ruth got me a new book. All my other books are filled, uh, and this is partially filled. Um, we Ruth and I were. She writes. I write a lot. I've actually started writing again, which I hadn't written in a long time. I used to do a lot of short stories, things like that, and I started writing again. And so I said I need, but I have criteria that I have to do it for me. I have to have a good, clean book, and I have to have a pen, and it has to be a good pen, and then I'll start writing again. And short stories, just short stories, nothing fantastic. It's all fantastic, horrible uh, stuff. But I used to do a lot of that at one time, and I don't know where my books are now, but it gives me something to do to occupy my mind. We exercise. We'll probably try to throw the ball today. We did a couple repairs around the yard, which kept us busy yesterday and the day before. We had to repair a sewer. Somebody went around, or not somebody, or it broke loose, or somebody stepped on it, or it's just life. I had to fix that. I've got a small leak over there in the garage that I got to fix, and I got this real thick double-sided tape. It's about this wide, and it's got adhesive at the bottom of it. It's a thick adhesive. It's like reminds me of putty, like putty, and you just peel it, and it's very sticky, and you put it on top, and it ain't going anywhere, and it'll seal anything. I don't care what it is, it'll seal it. God bless everybody. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching, and have a great day.